We all want to feel and look good no matter what age we are. Beauty industries tirelessly spend time and money devising more intricate beauty products, and beauticians hone their skills to cut and inject more ingeniously. But alas, it's all but a temporary improvement which doesn't help our health or vitality. Now, what if I told you you could reverse your biological age at any time? And I have a proof of that. The elixir of youth does exist, and it is completely natural. I'm going to tell you a story of a man who grew younger at the age of 70. Let's begin. Now, about 4 years ago, I've come across a very interesting book about someone named Stanford Bennett. This book is from 1907. I'll leave the link in the description so you can check it out. It's completely free. You can find it online. Now, it is a long and very curious find because this man has found something fascinating so many years ago, yet he remained in total obscurity. Stanford was obsessed about finding a natural restorative mechanism that would not only improve one's appearance, but restore its usefulness and vitality as a whole. Now, at the age of 50, Stanford found himself a broken old man. He looked 50, he felt 50, he was balding, he had digestion issues. He was not happy about how he felt and looked. But this was a turning point in his life because he felt on the very bottom and he decided to go on a quest to experiment on himself and study thoroughly a human body. Now, this man was not about to fail. Now, he started off by recording his existing condition.
My weight was 136 pounds. I had sallow skin, varicose veins, arm muscles atrophied and flabby.
Now you can see that before and after pictures have quite some differences. Also bear in mind that here he's 50 and here he's 11 years older. Now what caused this dramatic change? Did he go on a fancy diet? Did he find a special mushroom that he had to ingest? And in this video I'm going to reveal to you, based on his experience and my own personal experience, what is it that you can do to restore your usefulness and vitality no matter what age you are at the moment. Now you might be saying, well, that's all good and well because the Stanford person, he had good genes and I have this ailment and this ailment. How can I compete with that? Well, as a child, Stanford describes himself as a very anemic and frail boy who suffered from dyspepsia, which is a kind of indigestion, and whom nobody expected to live past maturity. Now, Stanford was obviously a very thorough investigator, and he goes into great detail in his book. But I'm going to give you only a very concentrated extraction of his key principles, which I adopted myself, of course, with some adjustments. A man is as old as his arteries, Stanford said. What he found as part of his investigation is that arterial system in the human body is extremely important. This arterial system is the plumbing and piping of the body and must be free from all clogging matter. If this is not done, the organs are not properly supplied with blood and will inevitably deteriorate and start showing signs of age. Now you might be asking, well, plumbing, that's great. Well, which plumber do I call? Human machine. It's so perfectly designed that even the cleaning mechanism is already almost built into that. Now, no need to call any plumber. All you need to do is to contract and relax muscles in a certain way. This is the body's natural way of cleaning itself of all the clogging matter. Each cell has a life of its own. It comes into being, lives its brief life, and then dies just like you and I. The length of its life differs depending on which organ a cell belongs to. Some live several years, others live several days. So you see, the debris from dead cells accumulates pretty quickly. This dead matter should be removed from the system or else it would clog up the arterial system of the body. Now the rejuvenation protocol is as simple as all genius things. This boils down to 3 main things: positive mindset, strong muscles, cleared arteries. That is it. Now, in the book, Stanford is describing how exactly he was doing his exercise. So first of all, he confessed that he doesn't have a stamina to get out of bed in the morning every day and go to the gym. So he devised a specific set of exercises that he conducted right from the comfort of his bed. So every day in the morning, he took 1 hour to thoroughly exercise each of his body muscles right from the bed. The implications of this are incredible. That means, well, anyone can do it, even those who have issues, even those that might say, well, I have heart problems. So one of the reasons he was exercising in bed is because he was already at the advanced age and he was afraid for his heart and he was afraid for potential injuries. Now, it matters not in which setting you contract and relax your muscles, as long as they are doing the work of contraction and relaxation, and as long all of your body muscles are involved. Of course, I don't know if Stanford was married. I don't know if he had a family or not. I don't know what was his, time availability. But if we're transferring it to our everyday lives, our contemporary lives, where everybody's busy handling job and children and families, then what I do and what I actually adopted for myself, I always like the principle of 80-20. So I'm focusing on the 20% that could give me 80% of benefit. And this is what I'm going to talk to you in a moment. Now, the 80-20 doesn't mean that I ignore completely some muscle groups. I just pay less attention and less time at them. So first of all, I analyze my body as a whole. I see what are my stronger sides, what are my weaker sides, and then I focus more on the weaker ones. And I make sure to exercise many groups of muscles at the same time. So the main muscle groups at the same time, in order to basically increase the fat burn, because the more muscles you activate at a given time, the more fat you burn. And to save time, so I would exercise in pairs. I would never exercise only legs, for example, in isolation, or only arms in isolation. I always exercise them in pairs. Now, the same I would do for my face. I would not exercise all the muscles. I would first see, okay, what muscles, if improved and if strengthened, will improve my appearance more dramatically. Sometimes a mind can be a very tricky thing. Yes, if you think of yourself younger and you act as a young person, then you are virtually becoming younger. However, if you want to think of yourself younger, but then you look in the mirror and you see yourself older, with wrinkles and tired, it's very difficult to ignore that and, keep thinking of yourself as a young, vital person when you have pains and aches. So the only thing that you could do to change that is start from changing a little bit your physical thing. Do some exercises and you feel improvement, and you will see improvements in the mirror. Then you will be entering a cycle that's not a vicious cycle, but a magical cycle, which means you will look in the mirror and you see a confirmation of yourself looking younger, which will make you feel younger, which will make you do things that younger people do. And this is the cycle you want to remain in, because this is how you can reverse the time, your biological clock. Now, I've only touched the surface and gave you a work frame for rejuvenation. I might make another video where I'll go into greater details into exactly what exercises and how everything needs to be done in order to achieve the best results. So if this is something you might be interested in, please let me know down below in the comments. And for now, if you want to know more how to become fit once and for all, watch this video next, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.